Today's lesson preview is over distributive property. Distribute means to give. Think about whenever I distribute papers in class, I give out the papers to each student in the class. I distribute or give. When you use the distributive property, you are giving the number or variable on the outside of the parentheses to both of the numbers or variables on the inside of the parentheses. So in distributive property, giving is going to equal multiply. So when I give, I'm going to multiply. So our first example says 5 parentheses 4 plus x. Well, we know that when a number is right next to a parentheses, we know we're going to multiply. So the first thing I want you to do, step 1, is I want you to draw arrows from the 5 to the 4 and x. Each arrow represents multiplication. So 5 is going to give or multiply with 4, and 5 is going to give or multiply to x. So since the 5 is right next to the parentheses, we know that means to multiply. So 5 is going to multiply with 4. Then we see this addition sign right here. So we're going to write addition, and then 5 is going to multiply with x. Now we're always going to ask ourselves, can I multiply either one of those? Well, I know that 5 times 4 is 20. But I can't multiply 5 times x because I don't know what x is equal to. So we're just going to keep that as 5x. And remember, when 5 and x are next to each other, that is the same thing as 5 times x. So now we're going to simplify if possible. Well, I know that 20, which is a constant, is a different term than 5x. They are not alike. So this is going to be my simplified expression. So let's go ahead and look at another example. Okay, so now I have 2, which is going to distribute or give or multiply with the x, and then 2 is going to distribute or give or multiply with the 3. Now this problem's a little bit different because this time in our parentheses we have a subtraction sign. So we're going to do 2 times x, and instead of adding this time, we're going to put the minus 2 times 3. Now, can you multiply either one of those? 2 times x, no, we cannot multiply, so I'm just going to write 2x. 2 times 3 is 6, so I'm going to bring down the 6. So I have 2x minus 6. I cannot simplify those because those terms are not alike, so my expression will be 2x minus 6. Let's go ahead and do some practice problems. Now, I would suggest pausing the video and trying the problem on your own and then going ahead and restarting the video so that you can check your answers with mine. So we have 6 that's right next to the parentheses, so we know that we're going to be distributing here. So I'm going to draw my arrows. 6 is going to distribute with x, so that's going to be 6 times x, and then we're going to put our plus sign, and then 6 is going to distribute with 5. So 6 times 5. And we can put both of those in parentheses. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and multiply if we can. 6 times x, we cannot multiply those because we do not know what x is. So we're just going to keep that as 6x. Okay, we know that 6 times 5 is 30. So we're going to bring that down as 30, and we can't forget to bring down our plus sign. Neither of those are like terms, so it's simplified in simplest form, so that is our expression. All right, the next one, we're going to go ahead and distribute the 7 with 2x, so it's going to be 7 times 2x plus 7 is going to distribute with 10. So 7 times 10. Okay, we're going to go ahead and multiply if we can. I know that 7 times 2 is 14, so now I have 14x plus 7 times 10 is 70. Neither of these are like terms, so we have it in simplest form already, so 14x plus 70. Now we have 3 right next to the parentheses 4 plus x, so we're going to distribute 3 with 4, so 3 times 4. We have a plus sign, and then 3 is going to distribute with x, so 3 times x. So go ahead and multiply if you can. 3 times 4 is going to be 12. Bring down your plus sign. 3 and x can't be multiplied because I do not know what x is, so we're just going to keep that as 3x. These are not like terms, so we cannot simplify them or combine them. So that is my answer, 12 plus 3x. And last we have 8 right next to the parentheses, 7x minus 2, so I know I'm going to distribute. 8 distributes with 7x, so 8 times 7x minus, because remember there's a minus sign there in my parentheses, 8 is going to distribute with 2, so 8 times 2. Let's multiply if we can. 8 times 7 is going to be 56, so 56x minus, and we know 8 times 2 is 16. Those are not alike terms, so we already have it simplified, so 56x minus 16.